All right, I just started the broadcast at 9:08.
And responsibilities?
Just looking for me.
While tracking? Will help.
Yeah, I can help it.
Okay, good. Must update that thing on 11 this. Session verifier.
It's for me. Session task and responsibility for me.
Abdul.
Yes.
Okay. Elif by Lucy.
Jay,
Yeah.
Abdul
did you get the doc I sent you on chat?
I haven't looked at it yet. I'll take a look right now.
All right, but that's what you asked for. It's an exact duplicate of the other one, so. All right.
Awesome. Although it doesn't have any of the information in it, but we'll have to work around it. Cool.
Give me the information to put in, so I couldn't read the little numbers on from that screenshot. There was
Okay.
no way.
Okay.
If you send me send me a clearer version, I can add the numbers.
Yeah.
But I couldn't read it. All you read was the big text on that screenshot. All right. I mean, I tried. I looked. I tried copying and I tried making a screenshot of it. I tried copying the picture. I couldn't see it clear enough to put the numbers in.
Okay.
Right? Take a picture of it with your phone and send me a copy, and I can do it like that. Okay.
Okay, I think now. Yeah, done on.
So,
Can
I
you
think
put the
me
link
and
of it in
Asif,
there?
I think me and Asif are facilitating. So let's do check-ins. Who wants to start check-ins?
Okay.
I guess I could.
Okay, hi all, and we are going to start our Sonic weekly session. And I would like to, quickly go for a check-in process. So first of all, I would like to, have on check-in Steve. Okay, I will check in. With the exception of the roosters crawling around me, I'm doing great. I am definitely an 8.5. I am with my children and the woman I love and our family. I am doing great. I'm feeling great physically. I'm happy to be back at work since I haven't really worked in 4 or 5 days, and I do miss working. I'm a bit of a workaholic. Not working makes me feel a little blasé, but I'm back to work and life is great. All right, great. Steve's life is great. Steve's life is great. So we'll move to, Jay next.
I'm pretty tired. Definitely had a long day. Started very, very early with the Atlantic session. I've been going nonstop all day with a few little breaks, and I am like a 5, and hoping this will go pretty quick, and so I get back to work. I have a lot of budgeting to do tonight to get ready for tomorrow and get the executive team meeting all ready, some announcements, and yeah, it would be good to get this other budget going too. It's a lot of work as well, but check.
All right, we understand the tiredness of Jay as he is, working a lot. So now we'll move to Abdul.
Hey, I can stick around to work if you need me to stick around for an hour or two.
I'm Abdul. I'm pretty good today. And I'm 6 today.
Great. And Lucy, can we have the next, please?
Okay. Hi guys, today I'm not that well, but I thank God I can manage to attend the session. I'm at 350.
You're what?
I'm at 5. I'm not well today,
Okay.
but I'm able to attend the session. I thank God for that, and I'm at 5.
Lucy, get well soon, and we'll move forward to Albina.
Okay, guys, I'm feeling great today. And I'm at peace, so I'm at 7.
All right. So, Benji, you want to check in?
Yes, Jay. I'm 6 today. I'm in good condition. Hello, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes, Benji, we can hear you. Yeah. Okay, that's fine if you're on 6. And Julie, you want to check in, please?
Yes, hi everyone. I'm good today. I'm 6.
Well, that was all from everybody, and I'm feeling very much excited after coming after 3 days on the session, especially on live support before this session, and I'm really excited, and I'm on 7 today.
Cool.
All right, so that was, we have done for the check-ins, and we will move to, our desired outcomes, and we will have some periodic topics discussing about responsibilities and tasks. And I would like Jay to assist me on this, please.
Yeah, desired outcomes. So I would definitely like to do some, I guess we could do desired outcomes and topics together. I'd love to see some updates, including on the life support session and maybe the Atlantic.
Can you share the screen there?
Say again, Lucy, I couldn't quite hear you because of all the noise. Can someone mute, please? There we go. Now you were saying, Lucy?
Can you share your screen?
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay, thank you.
Any other desired outcomes? If there's no one wants to talk about anything, we could just split up in the buddy teams and get work done.
I just like outcomes to help they get things accomplished today.
We could review the list of topics from the Austrasia session. I know we had some next steps there. We could do weekly goals, of course. And review our goals. That would be good. So should we just do this and then move on? I mean, if no one has any other desired outcomes or topics, I mean, also if no one wants to talk about anything, then we can always just do it to buddy teams and get work done. You know, there's nothing that needs to get gone over. Maybe if someone could link the Austrasia session from yesterday. You could look at that. Hello, can you guys hear me?
I hear you.
Yes.
Okay. So I mean, the energy I'm getting is that, yeah, the energy I'm getting is that no one really has anything to talk about and no one wants to really do this.
Guys, can anyone link Australia Asia session from yesterday?
Yeah, I have the link, Jay. Is it
Okay, here, someone linked it already. We're good. Let's see what wasn't done, because I know there was a bunch of things that we talked about. So we got to individual team levels. We didn't do that, but we did talk about personnel policy. This is where we left off. So weekly goals, responsibility, organizing, and then last week. So we could do all of this from yesterday. So is there any interest in any of this, or where are people at?
Sorry, Jade, can you repeat that? You said we are people at what? I didn't get you.
I was saying, is there any interest in these topics? I mean, we have no desired outcomes. We just have a list of topics, but there doesn't seem to be a lot of interest. These are all like possible topics, but there doesn't seem to be a lot of interest in them. Like, what do people want to get out of today? You know, we have like a half an hour or an hour.
I mean, it would be nice, you know, my design, I might be able to schedule some sessions for me while I'm here this week. They had me scheduled for this week.
Okay,
so
well, maybe
I'm just gonna pop in and figure out who I'm working with.
Maybe we just do some quick updates and then we do some early wrap up. You know, and like really go through the wrap up. Like the wrap up is one of the most important sections, and we really haven't been doing very well. So it's like basically going through next steps, the responsibilities, tasks, evaluations, session verification spreadsheet, our meeting value tracking, our scheduling, our checkouts, you know. So all of this we could put a little more effort into, which would be good, you know.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go through all the updates and the weekly goals, and then we'll see if people want to talk about any of these other things, and then we'll just wrap up and go from there, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
So any objections to the topics?
No, I'm agreed.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Jay?
Let's do updates. So how did the life support session go, and are there any notes or anything?
Yeah, I mean, it was great. It was one, you know, a great session we had. And the note was taken by Albina.
And where do you guys link those notes? We still need to, I keep asking for, we need a life support doc. I'm not sure if we got that yet. This is an ongoing task that I keep asking that to do. Where all the life support sessions should get linked. And I know we created a bunch of life support docs for each person, so it's just like we want to make sure we link them there and get them all connected.
Didn't somebody link that to the main docs, to your main docs? I saw somebody playing around.
I think we created
Nobody linked it to the main docs. Okay.
life support group doc. Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
great.
I made it yesterday.
Did somebody link it?
Perfect. Okay, looks like we're doing good. We're getting things organized. I love it. Okay, cool. Anything else you want to add from the life support?
I just think it was a really good session, one of the best life support sessions I've been at on any team.
Nice. That's awesome.
He opened up and talked about their, what's going on in their lives and what they need, that make their lives better, which is what the life support's supposed to be about.
Uh-huh.
I really appreciate
people really talked about what. Myself included, I've never done a life support on this session, so I kind of told them a little bit about my history, about my years on the street and things, and putting my life back together. And everybody basically said some really, because we've done it so many times in other sessions, people don't talk about it as much, but this session, they were really, how forthcoming and outgoing, it was really good.
And as I told before that, Steve, really appreciated your feedback.
My pleasure. And I do want to speak to us if someone, if that's something you want to talk to you about.
Yes, always. I'm there always
Okay, we'll talk. We will talk.
Okay.
Okay, so
Is anyone else? Okay, Jay, you can continue, please.
okay, well, I think we're good on the life support. So next is Atlantic.
I'm the Atlantic. I am the Atlantic, or me and Nelly. As I said to you earlier, we need to do some active recruiting if we can afford to for the Atlantic session, because we don't have that many people, and the Pacific is even worse. The Pacific basically has one person, Jay. So it's harder for us to get things done. Because you have about 10 people working, we have 2 or 3 working every session, which means we get much less accomplished, of course. So we've been actively recruiting for the global team. Now we need to actively recruit if we have the money for the Americas team. That's about where we stand. I can't do it now, but I will schedule some sessions with Nelly and anybody else who wants to work, so that we have at least a few sessions going back into the Americas after the 8th of next month.
So does anyone want to give an update who was at the Atlantic session this morning as well?
You were there, so why not you?
Because I was really tired. I don't really remember what happened.
Is anybody else in the chair now there?
I think no one was there.
Well, the easiest thing to do would be to see if I can pull it up. Did it even happen? Australia session, Atlantic session. Part of me wonders whether it even happened this morning. I can't remember. Here we go. Main Atlantic session. So, we just decided to do buddy team. So we had buddy team. Zilu, Abdul, Jay, James showed up, and then we broke up into buddy team. Zilu, Abdul, and James. So yeah, not
okay. So
too much.
After I get back, we'll put together a little more people. We'll have a real You know, I mean, I'll talk to Nelly. Maybe we can do it for next week before I get back. We'll try to do a real America session and try to get some minority goals set up, and some things like that done. Before they want to get home back to America, we'll take care of that. A little while to get the team up and running, and we'll be fine.
Cool.
What do more people?
Okay, yeah, and for the Pacific session, I think you know, we could combine it with the steering team and management team, and then also we have you know, the Friday session scheduled. So Pacific should go well. How about the Australia team? Does anyone want to give an update from yesterday on the Australia team?
And a lot of the people, Atlantic Army and drop, at least until we have enough people to flesh them out. So there will be people to work. You know, just means like a lot of you guys are working Sonic and Australia. You know, a lot of us are going to work Atlantic, Andromeda, you know, Pacific, whatever. So the work does get done. You know, we just have less work gets done, but it will get done.
Does anyone want to give an update who was there yesterday for the first Australia team? Was anybody at the Australia team yesterday?
Sure, somebody was there. There was a meeting. Lucy, were you there? Do we start? Yeah, Lucy's still there. Lucy, were you there?
Yes, I am here.
So can someone give an update from the Australia team from yesterday?
Please say again about Australia.
Yeah, we just want one person to give everybody an update on what happened at the Australia session yesterday. And just so you know, the notes are linked right here. Notes.
Yes, Jay, for the Australia session yesterday. Can you hear me, Jay?
Yeah, please give us an update.
Well, as far as I remember, we did tackle the reminders and updates for work report document that we need to update people's time so that the payroll will be updated. And the other one is the proposal from Lucy for changing of payroll day from end of the week to midweek, but the proposal doesn't pass. That's what I remember so far. And it was really a good session since we've tackled the one of the most important things in the team.
Cool.
I think we also discussed about scheduling and reviewing for Australia and Euro-Africa and the body teams. That's what we discussed yesterday. And also about the calendar. And also recording, but we did not do it. But we do personal policy of tracking works and individual team levels. This is what I can remember. And also weekly goal review and updates.
Cool. And just to clarify, the policy is that, you know, everybody should just be tracking all of your hours as best as possible. Sweet. So why don't we just give the times for the Eurafrica and Central Asia, Middle East main weekly sessions? And I think it's Eurafrica is on Friday, and is it in our calendar yet?
I think you Abdul had that. I don't know whether he did because yesterday my electricity went off.
So we have the Atlantic session.
Hi, Zay.
We've got the Andromeda session. We've got the Sonic session and the Australia session, but I don't see the Eurafrica or the Central Asia.
Yes, Zay, I think I don't update the Eurafrica time because I send every people form, voting form, and after fill up every people the voting form, then we choose the date. I think that's why I cannot update the date on calendar.
All right. Well, let's review the voting form. Did anyone not vote yet?
I sent the voting form link last 2 or 3.
It says there's 4. It says we have 4 responses.
Yes.
Looks like Friday.
All right, I've done that right now.
So hour 3. This is pretty confusing.
3, 4, that means 8 p.m. Asia time.
So this is Friday, yeah. So Friday, hour 3, 3 p.m. UTC.
Yes.
And we extend that like that. And then we had 2 votes. So we had 1, 2, 3 votes for hour 3, 1 vote for hour 1 for Friday. And then we had 2 votes for Saturday. And everything else got 1 vote for hour 1. And we can look here again to see what that looks like. It looks like this. And now there's 5 responses. So is anyone still voting? It's weird, but why does it say Sunday? Why does it say Sunday? Sunday. Sunday, 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 Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Huh. It's kind of weird, isn't it? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So then the other way to do it is if you actually go to the link, preview, and then you vote, submit, you can see previous responses. That's so weird. Why does it say Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? It's so weird.
It's Friday.
Anyway, so obviously that particular format doesn't work, but we have all the answers here. So we have everybody voting. Anyone last person that needs to vote? Okay, so we have 1 vote for Sunday, 2 votes for Monday, 2 votes for Tuesday, 1 vote for Wednesday, 2 votes for Thursday, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 votes for Friday, And 3 p.m. is the chosen time there, and then 2 votes here. So how about it's Friday at 3? Does this sound good to everybody?
Yes.
All right. So can we add that to the calendar?
Yeah.
Yes.
So it would be right here. What about the Central Asia Middle East session? Abdul, were you doing the Central Middle East session, or is that one not happening?
That's it.
The Central Asia Middle East session, are you working on that or not? Is that one happening or not?
I think not happening.
Okay. All right. So the Euro Africa session's here. Is anyone planning to go besides Lucy and Albina? I might try to show up.
Yes, I will be up.
Who is that?
Yes, Asif.
Let's see. Cool. And then, is this your buddy team here, Abdul?
Yes, I think.
So this would be 2 buddy teams. So I think you're just doing 1, right? So you need 1 other person to do buddy team with you at this time.
Okay.
And plus it's right after the Euro Africa session, so there'll probably be lots of people. So we just need 1 person to do buddy team with Abdul.
So 1 person me.
Albina.
In my how many people I can include here? 1 person or more than 1?
More, as many as want to join. You just have to break up into separate buddy teams simultaneously, and then you have to coordinate between the buddy teams. So, and you can always tell people not to join. Like,
I was back in New York. I do it with you, but to do it from here is a ridiculous hour for me.
Yeah. Yeah, Asia time, it's 10 p.m. It's late.
Yeah. 10 p.m. Asia time.
So, and which is more like midnight your time. So, but you need at least 1 person to sign on to approve the buddy team. And then you can have more people who can join. But you need to be able
yes, Zillu said me. He is available.
Okay, and then you need to fill out what you're going to focus on. Right? This is missing. Okay?
Yes, okay.
I want you to go for the Atlantic session, the early Atlantic session, 1 o'clock in the evening. But the people in Africa are in here. So the people from Africa are here, so you have the Atlantic session, but we don't have enough people. Only 4 of us. We need regular section and this. Oh, over here.
Okay, so let's make sure we get Zilu confirming that he can do it, and then we'll go from there. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So really quick on the client update here, and that was also we're not going to do Central Asia, Middle East. So really quickly on the client budget update is we are working on 2 budgets, right? So the first budget would be basically a 2-month budget. So this would be August and September. And this would equal you know, enough money to potentially get up to like 10,000 per month. So currently we're at 7,000. This would be plus $3,000 per month. And then the second option would be like a 3-month budget for August, September, and October. And this would equal probably staying at $7,000 per month. No more. So overall, we're pretty good shape as far as like the people who are currently.
Okay, nobody heard the last 15 seconds of what you said.
I was just saying that overall we're in pretty good shape. Either option, either budget option. So we should be okay. But
how's the rest of you? Did it go up? Did it stay down? Or what's going on?
Say again.
As far as that goes, what's going on with Bitcoin and the Ether?
Bitcoin has been stabilizing. Bitcoin is also going to be splitting at the end of the month, which is very interesting. And then also Ether has gone.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Has, you know, basically gone down a lot, but it's stabilized more or less. You can check really quick here.
Okay.
Which is always good.
Yeah,
so it's around 200 and 2,500. Okay, so that's the budget update. So overall, we're looking pretty good for another month. How about Buddy Team updates? Any other Buddy Team updates or questions on other updates? Are we ready to finish the updates?
I think no one has got anything about updates.
One other update I want to mention here is that for our positions, right, like especially video indexer, we want to start, and in some of these other things, it's like when you do the task or the work, like I'm not sure what all of this is. Weekly goals review. I mean, this is just copied over from something else. Did I miss something here? Is this?
You know, they do have the sense of copying old forms and not making new ones, and therefore they end up with extraneous things that people forget to take out.
Okay, but this just doesn't make any sense. I mean, I don't know what any of this is. Like, why would that even be here? Doesn't make any sense. Who is doing video indexing?
Let's see.
Like we had it all set up. Like what happened? Why is it all weird now? So it was like here was the link, the async video index. Then here you would link the video index spreadsheet, right? So people can do it. And then here we're just doing updates. So updates would be for updates, but that's it. Like I'm not sure what all that other stuff was. Do you know what all that other stuff was? There we go. Anyways, I don't know what's going on with that, but the point is that like video indexing, you know, probably should move more to like a task orientated for the session value tracking, especially when you know it's not being done too well. So, anyways, moving on. Let's go on to our next topic, which is the goals, right? Asif, do you want to do the weekly goals? We can start by reviewing
exactly. I would, you know, go for Albina to share her goals for the week.
Well, we're gonna start with reviewing the goals from last week, and then we'll go do a round. So let's just pull up the goals from last week. People can be helping with this kind of stuff for sure. So all we have to do is just pull up the goals from last week. So anyone could have just done that to pull up the goals, but I did it. So I'd say the overall priorities are pretty similar to where they were before. Exit finances and training, we've definitely improved on this. Like 25, 26%. So that would become orange. Does anyone else want to go through this? You guys want me to do it? Client relations has not gone anywhere. Exela umbrella finance report has not gone anywhere. We've done nothing on that. Worker coordination responsibility verification. I don't think we've really done too much on this. Recruitment. We were making some progress. I think we're probably going down with that, but it's still reasonable. Although you guys did do that recruitment list, right? For the East Pacific Quintet. Did you guys finish
Was
that?
that really what somebody would send? Was that really what somebody would send to me on Skype? Or link it here, please, for the East Pacific and for the Atlantic and whatever. Okay, so I can maybe do some recruiting or whatever.
Did you guys finish that list? This was Abdul and Lucy. Abdul and Lucy?
Yes. Okay.
Did you guys finish it? Did you guys finish the list of the countries in the East Pacific Quintet?
I do not work on that the list, so I can do this after the session.
Okay, so it's not done. All right, that's fine. Just checking to see if it was done or not. FQN payroll. Julie has really been stepping up on FQN payroll. We're almost done with the current month. I would even say it's at 90. The past monthly payroll. The first week we're basically going to skip, and we're going to do the mid-month payroll. We missed the first week, and so that's going pretty well. It's like maybe 60%. So
Truly, I will get it done immediately after the session.
Yeah. So payroll is actually going pretty well. Thanks to Julie. Julie has really stepped up on payroll. So basically, Julie, Jay, Nelly are doing some good stuff on that. FQN value tracking. Oh, Jorge was helping out as well. FQN value tracking. We're not doing anything on this. Documentations, Abdul, Lucy, Julie. I think some has happened on that, but you know, we need to get the the ownership. Session support, Galactic, Quarter Moon. When the Galactic session happened, it was really excellent. Quarter moons, full new moons. So these all need to make sure they're scheduled. So it's going pretty well. I'd say like 50% on moving forward. Personnel support. Personnel support doc add the main buddy team proposal provision, buddy team proposal, all the recruit. So online personnel profile verification is obviously not going well. We were having a lot of problems today trying to find like Andrine's profile and other people's. The rankings are still not getting updated. So, I mean, this is not really happening. Systems and processes isn't happening. Responsibility organizing, how's that going? Abdul, Lucy?
Good and well. We organize responsibilities and results.
How many responsibilities did you organize?
I cannot remember the number. Make up to do you know the number?
50. I think 150. 150.
Oh my God, it would take like an hour or 2 hours to just do one responsibility. Like, what do you mean 150? It doesn't make any sense. Can you show us what link is this? This is the this link right here. Let's go over it real quick. So you said it was this stuff right here. So I don't see a single responsibility link. Like the number one point of responsibility organizing is that every responsibility has a link and they're all linked to, I don't know what you guys even did. Like what is it? Look, see, this is done right here. See, this is an example of responsibility organizing. So the responsibility has a link. You can click on it and it'll tell you exactly what to do for weekly value tracking right here. You want to know how to do monthly value tracking? Click right there. Boom. Everything you need to know about monthly value tracking. And we need to just get the video links and all that stuff. So what exactly did you guys do again? That doesn't look like you did anything. It looks like you just put all the responsibilities on a single spreadsheet, which just makes it extremely confusing. So I don't think you guys did any responsibility organizing. Do you guys know what responsibility organizing is? You want to try to explain it, or should we just wait and go through it later? Let's just go back to Asif. We'll cover responsibility organizing later. We have it in our agenda, but this is extremely important. Like, if we don't do that, we're screwed.
So, Isaac,
Can I pop in here for a second?
Yeah, well, we can go into the organizing and then, the goals and then get to responsibility organizing after, or we can just do it right now. Either way is fine. Steve, and then Abdul.
Okay, no, I'm just real quick. I am at the end of my available time for today. I've been going for like 4 hours and I have to spend some time with the family now. I will be back to work tomorrow at this session. Jay, I will probably be up at 4 o'clock to see you at Andromeda. If you want to work on the budgets or something, just let me know. Okay, that's it. It was a real pleasure. I will be here tomorrow. I didn't realize today was life support and main session, but I'm happy I was here. And although I didn't say a lot during the main session, it's nice to see that you are really organized and it looks really so much better than it did a couple of months ago. Now we just got to get some people on our side of the world and we'll all get organized and we'll have this 24-hour thing going like Jay wants and I want. We'll have one team heading off to the next and it's going to be a great thing for all of us. Jay, message me if you need me for anything. All right.
Okay, thanks, Steve. Abdul?
The other thing, just Jay, if you send me, if you can take a picture of what you sent me before and send me the picture either as a text or on Skype, it'll probably be a better condition than sending it on the email, and I'll fill in the rest of that form.
Okay, I'll also try to look for the link, and it's on page 19 of this PDF. So I'll try to send you that, and you might be able to zoom in a lot closer. So I'll see what I can do.
Page 19 of the CBS. Okay.
Of a PDF. It's on some doc. I'll try to link it to you. Okay, if I can find it.
All right. Good enough. Thank you.
Abdul?
So my question, responsibility organizing, I think we need to linking the FD responsibility, right?
Yeah, every single responsibility needs a link.
Yes. So first, Lucy and me try to just see my share my screen. Just a minute. Are you see my screen?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, your screen is up.
Isaiah?
Yeah, we can see it, huh?
Yes, we have a responsibility, especially here, I think, exact client, full team responsibilities overall. So first, Lucy and me try to organize the responsibility at a spreadsheet, and then we working on the linking.
Okay, but where did it say anywhere to spend time to put all of the responsibilities on a single spreadsheet? Like, that's a lot of time and effort, and it just, where did you find that information?
We thought it is good if we can put all the documents on organizing on one spreadsheet, so that can be easier for someone. Then from there, we are going to link every responsibility.
Okay, so I mean, I think that's like perfectly fine, you know, to do that, but we still need to link it to all the other spreadsheets too, because it can be completely overwhelming for someone to have a list of 150 responsibilities and have no idea what they are. So the whole point of having the 4 different spreadsheets is that if somebody wants to figure out what the client responsibilities are, they can go to the client responsibilities spreadsheet. So do you guys like that there's a client responsibility spreadsheet? So you can see all the client responsibilities? Or do you want to just have one spreadsheet with all of the responsibilities mixed up?
Yes,
We just see it is better for people to work. We have one spreadsheet, so that if somebody is looking for responsibilities, they can just go on that one and check for whatever they want to do instead of having a different spreadsheet.
Hi Jay, I need to say here. So this is we organize the total responsibility here, but if any people need to go on a single, that means client responsibility, then there is the linking of that doc of that spreadsheet, and then I go to the client responsibility spreadsheet, and this is the head.
Can you say that again?
We organize here all responsibilities. I think we have different 4 responsibility spreadsheet. So first, full team setup responsibilities. Second is exact client's responsibilities, and the list is here also. And priority responsibility verification, and this is the link. This is the link of the main spreadsheet. Just this is the link when we want to go this spreadsheet, then this is the link, and open this tab, and this is the actual.
Okay, well, as long as you guys understand that you guys are gonna, every time you update one spreadsheet, you also have to update the other one simultaneously. So it's just like every time you update anything, you have to double update it. And I just added it here, so this is like all list of all responsibilities on one spreadsheet. Okay?
Yes, okay.
So, I mean, it's going to be very, very difficult to deal with that, but, you know, just do your best. I mean, I don't know, like having it on one spreadsheet, just like you just focus it there, but, you know, it just adds additional work. So, but again, the primary focus and goal of responsibility organizing is to actually organize responsibilities, not to just work on lists of spreadsheets of responsibilities. Like, you actually have to choose a responsibility and organize that responsibility, or teach other people and support other people to do the organizing of the responsibilities. So do you guys want to go over responsibility organizing so people understand it? Or do you guys want to go back into the goals? Should
So
we
I
do?
think our task on responsibility organizing is linking the every spreadsheet. I think every doc or responsibility on every responsibilities we need to linking, right? Jay?
Sure, but you have to do one at a time. So how do you organize a responsibility? Do you want to explain to everybody how to do it? Like that's the whole position of responsibility. Like trying to help organize all the responsibilities is helping individuals organize each responsibility one by one. So you should start with organizing the organizing responsibility. Like, did you make a link to the organizing responsibility? Like, did you do a link? Does anyone know anything about responsibility organizing and want to share it? Like I've gone over it like at least 4 or 5 times. Does anyone know where the link is? To the information about it? Or does anyone want to create a responsibility organizing doc or something? Like maybe that could be a good step. Like the first step of responsibly organizing and making sure there's a link for every single responsibility. So maybe one step would be to create a responsibility organizing doc. Do you guys understand what I'm trying to say or not? Because I'm not hearing anything.
Yes, I understand now. So it's better if you give an example. It's better.
That's not what I'm asking for. If you understand what I'm saying, I'm asking for somebody else to describe responsibility organizing in their own words, because I've just described it multiple times and it hasn't worked. So me just saying it again is not really going to help.
Okay.
I think they getting the link to responsibilities. That is maybe the problem. Not all responsibilities are having link.
Yeah, including
So
responsibility organizing. So sorry. Keep going.
I'm saying not all responsibilities are having the link so that we can link them. We know we can link the link if you have a responsibilities that's already having the link.
Yeah, exactly. So if you are trying to do responsibility organizing well, you would take on the responsibility of responsibility organizing exactly the same as you would take on the responsibility organizing of every single other responsibility. And the first thing to do would be to create a link, and you guys didn't do that. You skipped the most important thing of responsibility organizing. Do you see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So what is the most important thing of responsibility organizing?
To create a link and then link it in the spreadsheet, so that if someone try to open the link, for example, maybe finance reports, if you click on that, you will get the note about the finance report.
Right, and then what do you put at the other side of the link? What's at the other side of the link? What information?
You put the note, then you link it in a spreadsheet. With that specific responsibility, every responsibility needs to be linked, and every note that is in that responsibility needs to be put on the notes.
Okay,
that
so
you link it on the spreadsheet.
So notes is very, very, very general. Anything can be a note. So, but what exact specific information needs to be in the notes? Like what do you need to find in the notes?
You like video indexing for trading.
The videos, the training videos for that responsibility, right?
Yes.
Exactly. That's great. What else? What would you need to know?
About that then.
if you've never done a responsibility, what would you want to see that would help you accomplish the responsibility? What information would you want to see?
I want to see the training videos, then the responsibilities that align with my goals.
Goals, yeah, goals is good. So basically what you want is you want goals, right? You want clear steps of how to accomplish the goal, right? How do you do it? That's what you need to know. So you click on the link and it tells you how to do it and how to watch the videos, and you'll have all the links, all the other links you need to accomplish the responsibility. That make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
So what would you want to link for responsibility, the responsibility organizing, right? So if you wanted to create a responsibility organizing doc, what would you want to put in there? So we're just going to do the example of the responsibility organizing as an example for responsibility organizing. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And then we could call it like general responsibility organizing, or maybe it's responsibility organizing support. Might be a better context, right? Because you're not really, yeah. What would you want to put in that particular?
I think link of the doc and also the video training on the specific topic.
So where are you going to get the video training?
Yes, video training.
Where are you going to get the video training?
And
you get video training also on a video master list or on the document you are working before spreadsheet.
Okay, or if somebody was doing the video indexing, we could get that right here, right now, too. So I don't know exactly what no one indexed the responsibility organizing, but it started like 5 or 10 minutes ago. And you could say that it was about minute, 50 or something like that, 50, 60. I don't know exactly what minute it was, but you could figure it out, and you could have this be one of multiple links for video training for responsibility organizing. That make sense?
Yep.
So we have a link right here. So you'd want to put that into responsibility organizing. And then you can go into the video index, which should be linked right here, but it's not, or it wasn't. So we need the link to the video index spreadsheet. Like, where is the video index spreadsheet? The video index doc. We need the link to the video index training spreadsheet. Like, what happened to that? It just disappeared. Like, when you guys create these spreadsheets, you create documentation, you have to link it to existing documents so people know where to find them. Otherwise, they just exist in no man's land. It doesn't make any sense to create a spreadsheet with tons of important information for everyone and then no one have access to it. So you got to link it to the document that it was based off of. Right? So then people will know where to find the videos so that they can link them when they're doing the responsibility organizing. So we have, how many people are here today? We got like 5 of us or so, maybe 5 or 6 of us. Has anyone created the responsibility organizing doc yet? Or are we just not going to do that? So anyways, obviously nobody has thought of the most important component of the responsibility organizing, which is the policy. right? The policy on responsibility organizing, right? So you obviously would want to link and copy the policy into the responsibility organizing doc, right? No, you wouldn't want to do that? You would want to do that, or you would not want to do that? No, if you don't want to do that, we could leave that out. Should we leave that out and not do that? Or should we do it? Do you guys think we should include the policy for the responsibility organizing? Because I'm not hearing anything.
I don't know what might the policy look like for organizing. Maybe you can explain the policy for organizing so that someone can know.
Oh my God. Well, I've explained the responsibility organizing policy like 4 or 5 times, plus we have multiple videos for it. So I didn't really want to go over it again, but if that's what you guys want to spend the time on, we can.
Okay.
But it's just like, I definitely wish we had a little bit more engagement going on here. So where would you find a personnel policy?
I think from the HR policy.
The personnel HR support doc, right?
Yes.
So if you open up the projects virtual drawer, and we'd want to go to personnel support HR doc, like Lucy just said, which is great. Thank you, Lucy. And then we go down to the policies. Oh, and by the way, this is like the 10th time that I mentioned this. We need to link the main buddy team proposals and the provisional buddy team proposals. So I'm going to keep saying it over and over and over again until we get it done. Does anyone remember me saying that before, or is this the first time you've ever heard it? Does anyone remember me saying that before?
I remember you said,
but what? Do you not understand what it is, or do you have a question about it? If you don't know what to do, then you should tell people so we can explain it. Otherwise, it should just get done.
I was like, which team proposal that do I support to preserve provisional? Is it the one that we have before, or I'm a bit confused. Which one should I link there?
Any and all main buddy team proposals, any and all provisional buddy team proposals, period. All of them. Every single one, all of them. If there's multiple, put them all. Right now, there's none. It's 0. 0, none. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so let's go down to the policies. And we have the new policy on independence levels. And in here is the link for the responsibility organizing position. So do you guys think that would be something good to have within responsibility organizing?
Yep.
Yep. If I talk like that all the time, if I just talk like that all the time, would you guys like that? I mean, you guys aren't talking with me. I'm like asking questions, and I get the response I'm getting back from you is or just silence. I'll ask the question again. Do you guys think that we should include responsibility organizing position within the responsibility organizing support doc as a link?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you. So we would just go like this and we link it in there and then that's done. Right? Boom. And you can even copy and paste the whole thing in there if you wanted to. So responsibly organizing position, your project oversight, you got your project coordination, you got your responsibility coordination, and you have your responsibility organizing, and then you have tasks, right? And it clearly explains what responsibility is organizing is. You do not have to do the work. You do not have to plan anything. You do not have to accomplish the responsibility. What you do is you organize the responsibility so that people know what to do. Number one, make a link. Make sure that every single responsibility has a link, which includes having either a doc or a link to the section within the doc. For example, this link, right, with the heading, right, has the pound heading, goes to this heading. Every single heading has its own link. If you create a table of contents at the top, the table of contents will link directly to this heading, and you can just copy it right on the top, and then you have the link to any heading within any document. So you don't have to create a document for every single responsibility, but you do need to create a heading. So you have multiple responsibilities in a single document, and you just need to be able to link directly to it. So these are examples. Every single responsibility needs a link or it gets its own doc, period, right? So in this particular case, because it's a full position and it has a whole bunch of, you're overseeing 300 responsibilities, the responsibility organizing support position, right? This responsibility should probably have its own doc. So I'm highly recommending that you create a doc for this particular responsibility. What information is stored at that location in the link or the doc that you create for the responsibility? The name and description of the responsibility, the link to all the information about the responsibility, links to meeting notes or indexed information, discussions about the responsibility. You know, link it all to the section on the responsibility so people can have access to it. Link all the trainings about the responsibility from the Master Video Training Index. All right, and this is the new, we're not doing the doc anymore, we do the spreadsheet. Yeah, we still don't have the link for that, right? Let's see. So we still have no link to the spreadsheet. So the most important document that everybody needs to have access to the trainings is still not accessible. And this is the 4th or 5th time that I've asked in the last hour. Does this just not exist, or can someone get this, please? So that everyone has access to this extremely important document.
Let me try to search for that link because I was working on that today.
Excellent. Have only links to the videos, training to the particular responsibilities. So you would only link the videos and the training that relate to that particular responsibility. And we do this, every single responsibility could take an hour or more to organize. So you work on one at a time. And eventually, in like a year, we'll have all 300 done, right? Maybe less. A list of who knows how to do the responsibility. Where do you find more information about the responsibility for people who need more information? And who's working on the responsibility? So it should be clearly organized on who's working on it. You know, what are the different positions? How is it related? What project is it related to? All that kind of stuff. The processes, systems, and other information that help the responsibility get accomplished. These would be like the step-by-step processes. Plans are what's still missing, right? So like what else do you need to do? What are the next steps? Anything that seems out of place, questions regarding the responsibility, right? You know, maybe it still just doesn't make sense. Write it down there. This is going to be a link for all the information about that responsibility. Write down any problems. And this is just to create something that's extremely helpful for anyone who wants to work on that responsibility in the future. That'll be organized, and so they have all the information they need to accomplish the responsibility. Like there's nothing more important than this, because without this, nobody will be able to do anything.
I link session training video indexing spreadsheet there. You can check.
Awesome, thank you, Lucy. So I like to hear. Where is it though? Okay, it's there. Let's take a look at it. Okay, so you guys aren't doing the category correctly. So what we want to do for the category is you put the category in here, like this. right? This is the category.
Okay, we need to duplicate everything then.
What? And this, I'm not sure why this would be under personnel introduction because it looks like recruitment, right? So maybe you might even want to do multiple categories or something. I don't know, but it's very odd. Anyways, meeting preparation. Maybe I could just drag it down. Exit client information. Pass value tracking. Documentations. That's it. Oh, okay, good. Finances. Value tracking. Team trainings and updates. Worker coordination. Training. Well, everything here is training. So async master training video links. So this would be documentations, right? Documentations, overall and team priorities. This would be updates, right? Oh no. Overall responsibilities would be worker coordination. Just so you understand, like this is the project category. Project category, right? These are projects. The worker coordination, updating the personnel priority rankings, right? That would be personnel support, right? Organize the master video training index, documentations. Linking audio recordings, documentations. Video indexing, update video to documentations. Training on evaluations. Evaluations would be probably personnel support because it's about individuals. Facilitation training intro. This would be session support. Group facilitation and also session support. Documentations. Project. Well, what project is meaningless?
And there were some videos that are not working. The one you see highlighted with yellow, it has some problems there.
Okay. Indexing, project topics, this would be documentations. Andromeda project management systems, worker coordination. New organizing systems would be documentations. Value tracking. Sessions, this would be session support. I don't know. Doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, if these are entire sessions, I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Management, fine for now. Personnel introductions.
I think we have to see more in sessions. I think.
Budget, like budget's pretty simple, right? Wrap up. Introductions, documentations. Personnel policy updates. So this is obviously personnel support, right? Other topics. Well, that's a good question. What's other topics mean? I have no idea. I like the idea of question mark. Value tracking. Video indexing would be documentations. Exit finance. This is actually budget. Budget. House planning network. This is exit client work, I guess. I don't know. Budget. Methodology proposal. I don't know. Goals. Worker. This would be more like worker coordination, review, and tasks. I don't know. Probably more like worker coordination. Anyways, so the point here is that you go through, you can change all of them, and then with one little click of a button, they can all be organized. And they can all be alphabetically organized as well. So you have all the budget all together now, see? And you can have them all the same name, so it's really clear, budget. Here's all the documentations videos. Buddy team, documenting buddy team work. This probably would be, anyways. So obviously these can continually be improved. Responsibility organizing, worker levels. So anyways, this definitely needs to be improved, but it's better than it was, you know? You'll be able to find all the different videos based on the topic and the projects. Cool.
I think those are the few. We are not done putting all the videos there.
No, okay, there will never be done. We will never be done.
Yeah, we have covered it June 21st, I think. June 21st, or, sorry, June 28th. We have covered till June 28th.
Yeah.
And I think even the note is not some video indexing that we did recent, not yet updated on master video indexing.
Yeah.
Note. I think that one needs to be done.
Good stuff. All right. Well, anyways, I think this is good. Let's get back to the goals. Any other questions on responsibility organizing and and this I want to make sure we let's get rid of this. We don't need to have it highlighted, but I want to make sure that this is in our template. We don't want to lose it. So I'm going to add it to our template. So it'll be there every day. Okay.
Okay.
Cool. All right. So any other questions on any of this stuff? So let's go back to Asif and see if we want to do a round with everybody on the goals, like updating the goals and the priorities for the week. And then I think we'll be pretty much ready to wrap up at that point.
There's no question for me.
I'm okay with it. The questions.
So Asif, do you want to just do a round and we could finish up our goals, see if there's any other goals for the week?
Yeah, sure. Every person must have think about it, and I think we should start from Lucy.
My goal is to make sure to go back to every session notes so that I check whatever I've been assigned, if it is done or not. In future or in any day we are doing our work, I need to go back and make sure all the work is done. If not done, what next should be done? If I don't know, should I support to keep quiet or ask Jay to train on that?
So this would be part of like worker coordination and organizing our tasks and responsibilities. So what we do is like after sessions, people need to add their tasks to their main doc. Their tasks and responsibilities, so that we don't lose them.
Well, it was really nice to know about your initiative, Lucy, and I think now we will move to Albina.
Okay, my goal is that we go through the client work and ensure that we complete client work. Like, for example, we have filing work of clients. from last month, or let's say, for example, 2 months ago. So it's good to go through the client work and make sure that we complete from the first client to the previous one, so that we do not pile the work. Yeah.
Okay, I can also add on Albina, and I think my request to Jay is just training on other things for client work. It can be so much helpful, especially in finance.
Yeah, Jay, you want to say something on it? Or we shall move on.
We can keep going. I would sort of add it, do more trainings and client trainings.
All right, so Albina is really interested in client relations. Okay, and what about you, Benji? What are your goals?
My goal is to train more about these client trainings and learn more about the clients. That's all.
Okay, so Benji is also interested in doing client work, and let's see what Julie has to say about it. Julie, over to you.
You hear, Julie?
All right, I think Julie is not available. She's not there, so we'll quickly move to Abdul.
Yes.
Hello, guys.
Oh, there's
To
Julie.
update.
Hello?
Can I continue?
Hello?
Yes, Abdul.
Hello?
We can hear you, Benji.
Hello?
We heard Julie a little bit as well.
Can you hear me, guys?
Yes, we
Yes.
Yes, Benji, we can hear you.
Okay.
How about now? Can you hear me, guys?
can. Yeah, we can hear you now, Julie.
Great. My microphone was not working earlier. Well, yes, for the worker training, yeah, I think everything's been tackled already, but just for me, I really want to know more about the client works, and if possible, familiarize the flow of the client. I'm sorry, the flow of work. Like, for example, really the main goal of the clients, so that we will be able to help more.
All right, so that's it, Julie? Okay. So, Abdul?
Yes. My goal is for this week to start to list the East Pacific countries and global document folder, the change of ownership, and also help to JES or to, I think personally help to want to help to JES org. and also global document folder. Working on that. And also working on and also help to Lucy on worker coordination. That every session we have new assigned task and responsibility. So I need to check that done or not. So if that or not done, then I need to finish that one also.
Great. Okay. So, yeah, Jay. So you want to say something? All your goals.
So one thing is that I'm pretty confident that pretty soon here we're going to get better and better at following up on everything. I'm not too worried about that. Like, as we get more organized, that's just going to happen naturally. But I think it would be good to kind of go and cover some of this right now. I think this is actually important enough to do now that Julie was bringing up, and do some training on like just understanding more about the client, you know, the flow of work and the main goal of the client. I think that's really important so that we know why we're doing what we're doing. And then that will kind of cover all of the things that I'm working on in the immediate near future, so people know more about what I'm doing as well. So I think that we should do that now, and that'll list all the other responsibilities that I have, which basically are in the overall priorities, which is already covered here. So check.
Right.
Anyone
okay,
else?
So it's me.
Okay.
And I've already gone through many sessions. I've already gone through many documentations and trainings as well. And I'm confident enough to say that I can work with the senior people like Lucy, Abdul, and I can cope up with Jay as well for the client work. And really to work with the client work from this week onwards. And I'm confident enough to take any responsibility or any task or even a project, because I've studied a lot now. And yeah,
okay,
that's my goal for this week.
So the goal, I mean, that might be your personal goal, but you need to turn it into like a team goal where it's like it's great that you're excited about taking on something, but you got to choose something. Like, what do you want to do? Like, what do you think we should do in the next week, so that it's an actual goal as opposed to a general goal, like it's specific.
We should cope up with Jay, and we should go for client work more and more.
So you want to support the client work, okay?
Right, exactly.
More client work, more and more. Cool. Awesome. All right. Okay. So, is anyone else received? Did we get everyone?
Yeah, we have almost finished. I think we have. Oh, I think Albina is left. Yeah. No, she's completed.
Did. I told
sorry, she did. Yeah, exactly. So we are done, Jay.
Okay, so I think it's gonna be really helpful to go into kind of client work overview. Overview. Right. So our new goals, priorities wiki, like we need to start reminding ourselves about the categories. So the project category here would be worker coordination. Right. So we're coordinating all the responsibilities and the work that needs to get done by creating goals, right? And then this client work overview is part of client training. And then also, our client, wait, what was it? Exa client, right? So the Exa client. All right, so Exa client work overview, whatever. Anyways. The first thing I'm going to do is just pull up the client responsibilities. So the first is the treasury support, the money security, right? We oversee, we actually went through a bunch of this, not last week, but maybe the week before. And I also really want to make sure that we have a new doc. We need the overall priorities doc. Like, I mean, I've been asking for this. I think I asked it for one other time. This is the second time I'm asking for the overall priorities doc. So that's a task that has to happen. Super important.
So that one need to be created, Jeff?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Overall priority doc?
Yeah, so
Okay.
just to make sure we don't lose track of everything, we want to make sure that all of these priorities get in our priority list. So we have worker coordination, check. Client relations, client planning, check. Worker training. All right, worker training. Let's add it right around here. Worker training. Quinton support. Let's make sure that's in there. I don't see it, so we're gonna throw it in right around there. Quinton support. And then we have overall priorities check, documentations, global documentations folder, check. Right, documentations here, documentations / folder. Okay, so then I'm gonna take this entire thing, the Sonic team priorities, and I'm gonna copy it, go back to the Sonic doc, and then paste it in there. So we have updated Sonic team priorities, okay? Very important. And these are the overall client responsibilities that I was just talking about right here. So we do have them here. They're just not really in the right place. So it's like what we want to get away from is the idea that we're talking about, like when you guys were talking about goals, it was like, we want to work on client goals. What do you guys want to work on? Client goals. So what specifically you want to do? How about more client stuff? Right? So it's just ridiculously general. Like we've gone over the client responsibilities like dozens of times, right? And we'll do it again, right? I mean, this is nothing new. So we spent a lot of money, almost 200,000 over the last couple days. So there's probably a lot less money now, but and some of the money went down. But anyways, money security is really important. The treasurer support, our internal budget's like 20,000, although it's gone down a bit. Making sure we prioritize money organizing, making sure the money's individual accounts. Basically, we don't take care of like the payroll support, mid-month payroll, like all this got done. Excellent. It's all better. All this needs to still happen. This did happen though, but some of this still needs to happen.
I just linked priority doc. You can check it there.
Awesome. All right, so I'm gonna put this right at the beginning of the full team doc. Thank you, Lucy. By the way, Lucy, you're supposed to get a point slice. You do a task. If someone is organizing this properly, you come up here, you go to the tasks, right? Just to make sure people understand how important this stuff is. You would go up to tasks. You'd say, okay, here's the task. The task got done. Lucy did the task. And then when we're doing session value tracking, we have the new task responsibility sign-up points, right? Then we come up here, we go to the tasks and the responsibilities. And we would say that Lucy just did a task and gets a point. And she would also get a task with a point as well as the responsibility sign-up point. 1 point for Lucy. Okay?
Okay.
So we want people, and then look, there's another Abdul and Lucy here. So Abdul gets a point. 1 point for Abdul, another point for Lucy. Points and value for completing the task too. So you would have work tasks actually done, right? Lucy, 1 point. All right. Thank you, Lucy. Exit client relations. So this is a whole bunch of stuff. There's the client relations doc, which goes over it all in detail. There's the front doc to the client. This is our relationship to the client, where they see all the information we provide them. The client billing, the monthly reporting, right? The final ops sprint report that we want to do. This is where we propose that getting more money, which is part of what we're doing right now. Hold on 1 sec. Yeah. Recycles? Oh, well, just give me 10 more minutes. I need 10 more minutes. Okay, so where was I? The other thing we're talking about doing is starting a new responsibility that would be part of our communications, right? So it's a communication stream. So every day, everything we do, we would basically have a stream of activity information, right? This would also be part of our internal stream. So we're going to talk more about this over time, but we have this communication stream of information. And we're going to call it raw/curated communication streams. Okay, any questions about the exit client relations? Or the front doc, the client billing, the monthly reporting? Does anyone want to sign up for anything? Or anyways,
Jay, can you tell me about this client billing? This is the billing or the invoices which we send to client about our employees, or the client has a separate billing?
Yeah, so I can go over this. So basically, step 1 is the client sends us money, right?
Right.
This money goes into what's called a client budget, right? So this is not our money. This is not our money, right? Then step 2 is we create a budget. Hey, what's up? There's some cups and stuff. So then we create a budget, right? And then we change the money to committed. So this is committed client money. And then step 3 is we spend the money. And because we already have the money in the budget, right? All we have to do is transfer the money from the client to us. And remember, we control all the money. We are the treasurer. We pay all the payroll for the client. We do everything, right? So it's all internal. So we pay ourselves, and then we basically take the money from the client and give it to ourselves. So client billing is a fully internal process. This is fully internal. We don't bill the client. We bill ourselves in the name of the client. Does that make sense?
You're right. I got it now.
It's actually really odd. I mean, we basically run the entire internal operations for the client. So therefore, when we bill the client, we're billing ourselves. So it's really more of like a documentation. It's like, the way to explain it is that it's really just documenting our pay that we pay ourselves. Right? So we just have to document it so if someone comes and looks, it's clearly laid out that we billed ourselves properly, since we could have a conflict of interest since we're doing both sides of the same thing. And we're just not doing it. So if we don't bill the client, we don't document it correctly, we don't get paid, or we risk not getting the value that we deserve, right? So client billing is very, very, very important. because that's how we get paid. And it's also organizing the money. It relates to some of the money organizing, where there's just a lot of different money that needs to be put in different wallets and different accounts so that it's organized and we know where the money's going and what it came from. And we have a lot of different accounts with the client. So we have about 5 to 7 related budgets with the client now. Right? And so we have to track all of those separately. Any other questions on client billing?
Nope, it's okay. It's pretty much clear.
And I mean, currently it's just really behind schedule and a big mess. And so I would link the spreadsheet, but it would be really confusing with you unless we went over it in more detail. So we have a spreadsheet. We have a spreadsheet that goes over all of this. But again, this is a responsibility. It needs a link.
So can we organize this?
Yes, anybody can organize every single responsibility. Like every single of these responsibilities someone can sign up for, create a link, start pulling all the information together about that responsibility. Like that's what I'm trying to say, is that you don't have to like know everything about every responsibility to even get started. Everybody can just get started and boom, organize this responsibility, boom, organize another responsibility, right? And it's just not happening. The responsibility organizing isn't happening.
Jay, if you don't mind, can I have the link of this client billing so I can look down to it and try to understand, if you don't mind?
Sure, but more importantly would be to create a client billing organizing link that's already organized so that you can just go to that and find all of the information about client billing instead of just one spreadsheet. Do you see what I'm trying to say?
Yes, okay.
Like, so if you created a client billing doc or a client billing link, then we could start putting all of the information about client billing in a single place. And then you wouldn't need to ask me for every single link over and over and over again. Oh, I want to see this spreadsheet. Oh, I want to see that spreadsheet and this and that. It's like it's all there already. So it sounds like you're interested in signing up for this, Asif, right?
Right, exactly. I'll create a spreadsheet for it.
No. Responsibility organizing is never a spreadsheet. Responsibility organizing is always either a doc or a link into a doc. Okay, does that make sense?
Right. Okay. Yes, exactly. Now I understand now.
I don't think you understand, but you don't need to understand. You just need to just do little by little. Because if you understood, it would have already happened. Like that's my whole point, is that you guys don't understand how important responsibility organizing is and how really it's not that hard. You don't need to know about anything. You don't even need, I could like right here, I could write something down right here. And I could say the responsibility is glabberly glack, right? And you could spend, an hour getting all the information about glabberly glack, put it all together in one place, and you would make it a million times easier for me and everybody else who ever needs to work on that responsibility. And you don't have to know anything about it. You don't even need to know the language it's in, and you would be able to organize it. Do you see? And I don't think people really understand that. And people won't understand it until we have responsibilities organized. Every responsibility that's organized so far, I have organized it. Right? People are not organizing responsibilities, and we've been talking about it for over a month. And we only have about 10 organized, and we have 300 responsibilities. Every single responsibility should have a link that we just link it to and have all the information about everything for that responsibility. So let me just quickly see if I can find the billing. Not there. Oh, it would be right here. So here's EXA client relations doc, right? This has all the information about EXA client relations. So this is an example of a responsibility organizing. So EXA client relations is an umbrella responsibility, right? And so this would be a responsibility doc, and it has all the information about all of the different responsibilities related to EXA client relations. It doesn't have all the video links or whatever, but that's okay. So ProOps client billing spreadsheet is right here. And then we have all the monthly reporting and everything like that, okay?
Right.
Okay.
So that's an example of what it means to organize a responsibility. Remember, client relations is an umbrella responsibility, so client billing could be a link within that, right? So you could set it up so that your exit client relations doc has a billing doc. So maybe instead of just billing, maybe it's, client billing is a header like that. As soon as I make a header here, right, then you can make a table of contents. And if you insert a table of contents, then I can link to the client billing. And then now this link at the top is no longer the doc link, it's the heading link. And I can come over here and I can make client billing as a responsibility have its own link. So now anything related to client billing, I can click on here and it'll go directly to client billing right here.
Right.
And we can do one for monthly reporting. Right, we can do one for the final ops sprint report, right? So the idea is that every single responsibility can have a link, even though it's all under the single client relations doc, which is the umbrella responsibility. Anyways, I'll keep going over responsibly organizing eventually. So any other questions about client relations, the front-end doc, the client billing, the monthly reporting, the final ops sprint report, the raw curated communication stream? Any other questions about this?
Not for my side.
Okay, cool. And then the other thing just to note here, for the exit budgets, right? We're creating 2 budgets for tomorrow's executive team, and we're going to be voting on them. So we're either going to make more money and it's going to happen tomorrow at that vote, or we're not. We should have everything ready with all the proposals and our plans and everything. We don't, but we're going to propose it anyways, and maybe we'll make more money, maybe we won't. But we should be a lot more organized than we are, but it's okay. Our client's not particularly super organized either. But executive and board support is very, very important. This is like prepare the proposals to make more money, et cetera, right?
Okay.
And also, prepare all the other proposals for the client. This is for decision making. And you trust me, you guys know a lot about organizing and session support, because we do it every single week, multiple times. You guys are like experts now, way better at having meetings and listening and making decisions and doing proposals and facilitating, all that stuff. You guys are like have a lot of training. All right, so that's looking good. So going once, going twice. Any other last questions about exit client relations? All right. Exit legal contracts. I'm working on a whole bunch of this stuff. The Animal Ventures contract is super important. We're building a whole bunch of new, like the Swiss Foundation and the decision-making structure. Right, so this is all happening. It's pretty exciting. Lots of stuff that can happen there. You can learn so much here too. It's like really exciting. Finances and taxes for Exit Inc. And then it also relates to the finances and taxes for the for-profit. This is all due like now. This all needs to happen like right now. Everybody needs to make this happen and focus on it as much as possible. We need to do the trainings as needed. But I mean, we've done all the trainings that people need to do. They just have to do the work now, Finances and taxes for FQN and the for-profit. So that's the other ones, yeah. And this is the one that we're missing. Someone needs to just help me figure out I need to find all this. It's like searching my computer and other computers and trying to find it. UIS, what do we got? I don't see it. I can't find it. Governance write-up. I think James said he was going to try to help with this, but basically this is it's just like a questionnaire. We did a questionnaire and turn it into a doc. We take all the data from the questionnaire and we put it into a doc. That's pretty much all that is. EXA budgets, I just went over that, looking pretty good. EXA taxes and VZ Mesh, this is the personal taxes. That's exactly the same thing as the finances and taxes, except for VZ EXA Mesh instead of EXA Inc. EXA board, executive board, I already went over that. So every Wednesday is the EXA executive team. Every Thursday is the Econaut Partnership Board. So we have to prepare these notes every single day. So I have like I have like another hour or two of work tonight to do all the budgets, do the partnership board docs, and the executive team docs, get all that ready to go. And it all needs to happen now. Like this all needs to happen right
I think
now.
you will also let me know so that I help you on that.
Well, I mean, I'm not exactly sure what that's gonna mean, but we'll just have to figure it out.
Okay.
So I mean, like, it's like if you guys want to do work, we should just focus on this. Like the way you help at it is to help doing it now, and we get focused on it, and we do it, we make it happen. But it's not happening, right? We're doing something else. So we want to focus on that, we get it done, and we focus on that. But this is every single week. The executive team meeting every single week is the Econaut Partnership Board meeting, right? It happens every week.
So I want to ask about creating 2 budgets for tomorrow executive. What should be in that doc?
I mean, if you don't know how to create a budget and you don't understand it, like it would take me 3 times as long to try to train you on how to do budgets than to just do it. Do you see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, because I was asking, is it creating just a empty doc for budgeting? Then I don't know, or there is something else. It is creating just an empty document, empty doc.
No. I'll show you what the budget looks like right now. It's budgeting is a fascinating thing, and it's a huge amount of work. So let's take a quick look at what budgets look like. So let's see what I can find here. Where is it? It's the updated budget. Not working. Try again. Did I lose you guys? You guys there?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so here's the budget.
Yes.
It's August, September, October. This is the budget that pays all of us. Without this budget, we would get nothing, and no one would be paid, and no one would be here. Right? And this is the budget for our client. We oversee the entire budget. We do all the payroll. We're the treasurer. We run the entire thing. This is all because of us, but it's not our money, and it's not our budget. It's their budget. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
The first month is $155,000. The second month is $119,000. The third month is $117,000. The total amount of money in cash is $350,000. For a 3-month budget, it's $392,000, and so it's over $80,000 over in the red, right? So this could be red. For a 2-month budget, we have $40,000 left, so we could increase our budgets, right? So these are the 2 budgets. One budget, basically, we need to cut by $25,000 per month. We need to cut $25,000 per month, right? The second budget, we can add $20,000 per month. Does that make sense? So the question is, are we going to do a 3-month budget or a 2-month budget? And again, this is like the entire network, this whole entire client, their budgets are like a month or 2 or 3 months long. It's insane how short these budgets are. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right? So that's why all of this is temporary work, because our client could basically go, go belly up, but there's a startup, right? So any moment, it could just, all the money could just disappear, right? We only have a few months, possibly only 2 months of leadway, but the goal of the 2 months is to raise a lot of money. So the full point of here is to raise millions of dollars, right? The goal would be in 3 months to raise 1.5 million, right? Or much, much more, right? But the idea is if we can help them raise this money, right? And it's called an ICO, right? The initial coin offering is what we're doing. And it's all about cyber currencies and creating these new token exchanges, right? That we're creating new forms of governance and economic systems using cyber technology and blockchain technology. And it's fascinating. The whole thing's fascinating. Thomas is going to be very interested in it. He might be interested in doing coding for them. Steve also knows a lot about the coding for them as well. Steve used to be a computer programmer. But it's all very tech orientated, and it's all very, very cool. It's good stuff. And it's about raising a lot of money. Okay. Are there any questions about the fundraising? So in the end, the primary goal that we're supporting the client for is to be organized enough to be able to pay everybody, get everything like supported so that they can raise millions of dollars. That's the primary goal. So everything we can do to support that, the better. They would love help with everything from documentations to, media outreach and press and, video support. And I mean, there's so much they need help with, like literally 30 times more than we're doing, but they're just not paying us for it. So if we're willing to do it for free to help them bring in more money, it would help us because then we would be able to make more money in the future, but we don't have any more money now. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. So the more we can do to help the client, the better for us. But it's just like they don't have money to pay us because they're paying all these other people. So here's the actual contractors. There's the sales and marketing department, right? People are getting paid like $4,000 a month. I mean, these are a lot of money that people are getting. And where there's still some more people that we're trying to hire for like sales and outreach, right? And this is part of like the ICO and the fundraising. The engineering department is by far the biggest department. It's basically more than half the budget, and we're paying, these are all like the developers who are developing the software and the actual code that's gonna be what makes all the money, right? So this is like, they're making like $50,000 a month is the budget for that. Some people are making as much as $10,000 a month. Other people are getting $7,000. It's a lot of money that these people get paid. This person there's some people who are actually contracting with us for percentages as much as $1 million or more. It's just like the money we're talking about is literally insane. I've never worked on projects that people are talking about this kind of money. It's insane. This is the general administrative group, and this is where we align, right? So Exceli is the CEO. He is the most important person. He is the boss. Vienna is the number 2, and Jorge is number 3. Okay, I'm probably about in the top 10, of the 50 people involved, but I'm not a decision maker, right? I just help with operations. Tere is above me easily. Pecco, all these people. I'm probably above most of these people. But basically, there's not as much money. Like you can see here that there's a ton of money for the developers. But for the work that we do, it's just not prioritized. There's a lot of money, less money. It's like almost less than half of the amount of money, right? So I'm still been pushing to get paid more, primarily because I only get paid half of this. So when it says that I get budgeted $3,000 for J and FQN Unity, that means that half of it goes to me. So I make $1,500 a month, technically 0.5 Bitcoin, so it's about more like $1,200 a month. And then the rest goes to pay you guys and other people to help support the network, the FQN community network. Does that make sense? Are you guys there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm getting paid a lot less. This is just the money that goes to pay our network, and then I get a fraction of that. Right? So that's part of why I justified getting paid more than other people who are doing similar work than me. Okay? Because I get paid half of this. I'm actually getting paid less than some of the other people. All right, so then you look at our operating budget. There's a little bit here for like some video production, $17,000 there. But overall, there's not a lot of media stuff going on because the entire media budget has been slashed to support the engineering budget. Like the engineering budget is totally bloated and huge, and they've basically slashed apart the media budget, or it's actually a really big problem because we could be paid to be helping with marketing and advertising and social media, right? Those are things we could definitely help with, but we don't have any money to pay ourselves. So that's somewhere we want to add money into, which we should try to do that. Additionally, there's some website work and different other financial work that people are doing. That's there. But the majority of the operating expenses are in the house. The house budget is $10,000. It's a physical house in Oakland, California. That's where like the majority of the work happens for the client. I go there every few weeks. I should be going there like once or even twice per week, but we're just so behind on all the work that I don't even have time to go visit the client, which is a really big problem because the less they see me in person, the less they value the work that we're doing. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like, so if we can get caught up on all of the work and do the recruitment and get the help that we need to get everything done, then we can even justify getting more money because I can spend more time with the client in person and working with things, but right now we just don't have time for that. All right, so in this $1,000 for coordination support may come to us. So this is a potential additional $1,000, but it hasn't been approved yet. If this got approved, it would come down here. So this is us. This is our section right here. So this is the FQN, these are the professional ops, and this is where we come into the budget. So we get paid $1,500 a month for budget, finances, accounting, taxes, treasurer work, right? That's very, very small amount of money for unbelievable amount of work. We get paid additional $300 to help out with the VZ reconciliation. And then there's an additional $300 that comes for VZ Enterprise. We get paid $800 for coordination, HR, intake, all the payroll, all that stuff, $800 a month. This probably we're going to want to go up to like 1,000 or more. We get paid a very tiny amount for documentations again, but it's very, very little. But so we should increase some documentations work. And then value tracking, we get $1,000 a month for value tracking. There's also a budget here that's for paying lawyers. We pay about $1,000, $1,500 to lawyers to do different contracts for us, but that doesn't come to us. It goes to the lawyers. So we actually don't get any of this money. So this money isn't ours, right? So the most important thing to understand here is that if we get paid $1,500 plus $300 plus $800 plus 400, it equals 3,000. Yes, that's correct. Okay, so if we bring in $3,000 from, wait, it's supposed to be 4,000. Oh yeah, there's another 1,000 there. There. So if we bring in $4,000 from the client, as a business, how much money should we be spending on the work for the client?
I think less than 40,000, 4,000.
So if we spent $4,000 on the work for the client, and we brought in $4,000, how much money would be left over?
I think nothing remains.
Yeah, so there'd be $0. So what would you want to do with the other money? It would include our own advertising, our own website, our own internal operations, our own running our personnel support and running all of the organizing systems for ourselves instead of just working for the client. So basically none of that would ever happen. And if we spend all of the money from the client on the client, we would go bankrupt. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you can't spend all the money that you make from the client on the client. So what we would do is we would divide it by 2 is a minimum, right? So you would have a $2,000 budget, internal budget to support the client. Okay, so basically the bottom line that I'm trying to make sure it's clear is that if we get $4,000 from the client, we should be spending $2,000 to support the client. How much money are we spending? What is our internal budget for us for working on all the work for the client?
Yeah, 3,000?
Nope. It's about $12,000. Our entire budget's about $12,000. So we're spending about $10,000 budgeted for the client work, because that's pretty much all we're doing is supporting the client. Like everything we do is all 100% about supporting the client, including our own payroll, everything. It's all for the client, right? There's nothing else that we're doing. We're going to start to do more. Our Galactic session was really cool. So, there is maybe 95% of our time is for the client and 5% of our time is getting into this bigger realm of the FCON Community Network. But we're not actually focusing on organizing the FCON Community Network. We're putting in 95% of our time helping the client, and that's where the money's coming from. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So right now, if we're spending $10,000 on the client per month, and we're bringing in $2,000, we're negative $8,000 per month, right? Which is why we need to increase the budget and we need to ask for more money, because it's just insane. So, so if everything works well, right, we could say that we might get this $1,000. Right, so if we have 4,000 guaranteed, plus maybe another 1,000 from the house, plus you could add in this $1,500 for the lawyer, plus maybe we could slip in another $1,000. I mean, I could see us getting in 7,500. Plus, remember, I'm bringing in 3,000 myself, so we could get up to that $10,000 mark. Right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're doing pretty well. We're going to be pressuring the client tomorrow at the executive team meeting, and we're going to be proposing two budgets. One budget where we get about $10,000 for the month. The other budget we're only going to be getting about $7,000, which is what we're currently getting. Okay. So most of the money that I'm paying you guys is coming out of my own money and my own budget. So and it's putting us in the red, right? So instead of basically not doing the work the client's asking us to do, I'm taking the money out of my own finances in the RICO legal architecture, right? Which is this budget over here, right? It's here, so it's like $3,000 a month, right? That's really ugly. And putting it over here into the ops to help cover the cost. So I think, and some of these other budgets can relate, like the third-party processor might be able to relate to something. So there's a lot of potential to bring in a lot more money. And if we raise the $1.5 million that our goal is to raise, then we'll be in really good shape, right? We could start asking for more like $10,000 a month to support the FCON Community Network, right? But we need to step it up and get more organized and really like show them that we can do the work that they're asking us to do, because right now we're not doing it, and that's a huge problem. And I'm not sure what to do about that. So any questions about the budget? I'm glad you asked about it. I think it's good for you guys to understand the budget and understand, like, this is not like little stuff. This is like big stuff, and it's exciting. So what I'm going to do for the budget is I'm just basically going to copy it, right? I'd say make a new copy. And then we have two budgets, right? And then one budget, right? This would be August to September. August, September, 2-month budget, right? And then this budget here would be option 2. You update the budget August to October, and this would be the 3-month budget. Okay. So the 3-month budget, we need to cut out $25K a month. So we would need to start slashing. So we come into the contractor expenses. We'd be like, maybe we need to cut me down to 2,500, but I'd say like, no, let's not do that. Let's cut, you know, Jorge down to like 3,000. So pay him like 1,200 instead, right? Yeah, so now it's 3,000. Maybe we cut Zachary down to 6,000, and then his is 1,500. Right? Cut Andrew down to like 3,000. Right? So it's basically like we got to cut budgets. Cut. To figure out how to get into the alignment. You know, maybe we need to cut the coordination and support down to like 500. Right? So that's how you budget. You basically, okay, how do you just cut until we can figure out, maybe we only do, you know, make this 1,500, make this 1,000, make this 500. You know, so less money coming to us in different places. Maybe keep this 1,200. Right? So you guys see how this works?
Yes.
Yeah, so you just keep cutting, and then you go back to the summary. It's option 2, so you come back to the summary, and now there's down to 60,000, right? So there's still a lot of cutting to be done. You probably would need to cut me a little bit, you know, maybe take me down to like 10,000 over 3, so it'd be 2,500. Right? And so if I get paid 2,500, then that would be divided by 2. I would get like 1,250 instead of 1,500, right? Which is perfectly fine. I'll be okay. Exceli, we could probably take Exceli down to like 6,000 as well. Vienna, we could definitely take her down. Possibly even more. Tede, we could probably cut Tede entirely. Pecco, we could take Pecco down to 6,000. Hadi down to 6,000. Joel, we could probably take down to like 4,000. Yeah, Laura, 4,000. Jonathan, Chris. Yeah, so Mark could go down to 6,000. Right? Alex could probably go down to 5,000 a month. Right, so let's see where we're looking here. So now it's down to 25,000, right? We're making a lot of progress. Right, it's getting closer. All right, so then let's go back to the 2-month budget, right? This is option 1. So for the 2-month budget, it's much more exciting. We can actually start increasing the budgets, right? So for this, we have $20,000 we can increase in the budget. So for this, maybe this, we want to go up to 1,000. Maybe this should go up to 500 or more even, you know? I mean, this is ridiculous. Maybe this should be 1,000 as well, you know? Maybe this should be 2,000. Right, so let's say and then the legal, I think that's probably fine, but let's say we add this all up, let's see what it looks like. So if we paid ourselves $1,000 for the house, plus $2,000 for finances, plus $300 for the exit easy mesh, plus 1,000, plus 1,000, plus 1,000, plus like another 1,000. Then plus the 3,000. So that would get us up to 10,000. Right? And maybe we could even get me up higher than that to get us to 11,000. So if we increased my budget to 4,000, that'd be pretty sweet. Maybe we could start with like 14, you know. 3,500. We could leave the NXL. They don't want to get paid Pecco, or this is all pretty good. More, I like it, right? Maybe we could increase them a little bit. Jorge, I already increased. Duke is fine. Alex could go up a little bit. Andrea is fine. Bill's fine. Mark's fine. All right. Mark is fine. Zachary's fine. Bryce is fine. Alpin could go up a little bit. Karina could probably stay the same. All right, so let's see what it looks like. So there's still $28,000 left. So the thing that I would do here is I would actually add $28,000 to here. I would say let's increase the social media campaign, maybe $2,000 a month for social media. Marketing and online advertising, $2,000 a month. Let's get rid of this stuff. All right, and this is only, isn't this a 2-month budget, right? So this gets hidden. We don't need that. We just need the 2 budget, 2 months. Greenstone branding, not applicable. We can get rid of that. Press release, outreaches, that's great. White papers, not really worried about that. Front end website work, I don't know. Write-ups, features, memorandum. So maybe writing work, memorandum work, whatever. So anyways, there's a whole bunch of stuff we could put in here. Maybe we should add more, and let's see what that equals out to. That's weird, it went up, it went the wrong way. So this would be equal to the total amount of the beginning cash balance minus the spent amount. It went up. So weird, why would it go the wrong direction? Maybe because I deleted something? Oh, I see what happened. So we can fix this. So we just say this needs to be like negative 50,000. All right, that's better. So let me go ahead and hide that. So anyways, all this stuff is really complicated. This is a very complicated budget. Typically, we don't work with budgets this complicated, but one of our advisors on the board is just like forcing us to do this. All right, so now there's like $8,000 left, right? It's pretty reasonable. I mean, it's also good to have a buffer, you know, a little buffer. So this gives a much more increased amount of money for the communications department, right? Because we want to push a big push, right? For the social media and the marketing and advertising. I would almost say we do more. You know, if anywhere you should do like, you know, 4,000 for all of this. Why the hell not, right? If we could. Let's see what that looks like. Well, that put us way in the red. All right, so that's probably not a good idea. But, you know, maybe we could have a couple of those and then other stuff like 2,000. Yeah, that works. It's only about $1,000 off. Okay, so that's how you guys do a budget. You know, hopefully we index that and people can learn how to do budgets again in the future by watching the video. Did you guys like learning about the budget? Is that helpful at all?
Yes.
Yeah?
It was helpful, yes.
So let's just make sure we index that. You know, we did that for about a half an hour. So if we do, oops, just about 11 o'clock a.m. All right, so I think this is pretty much done. So now we have the two options for the budgets between either cutting. Those need to be cut. Cutting's always harder than not cutting. But I think we could cut like the scrum manager. We're not really paying anyone for that, and that might be enough right there. Oops. Now it's down to 8,000. Yeah, cutting definitely is not fun. But you just have to do it. Maybe the sales director, we could cut the sales director because we're not doing that right now. And that might do the trick.
I cannot hear you clearly.
Oh, sorry. Anyways, I was saying that cutting the budgets are not as fun as, you know, increasing budgets, but just as important. So anyway, so there's the two options just to kind of give you guys a complete cycle about what's going on with the client here. The last thing that we can note is that you would go to, this is my doc, right? So I go to the client main doc, which is EXA, right? So it's EXA main doc. Under our umbrella entrepreneurial services support, entrepreneurial support services. And here we go into the Econaut partnership. That's where all the money currently is. And we have a new branch, which is the Swiss Foundation. Right, so this is the newest branch. We'll have a name soon enough. So it's a board, it's not a board of directors meeting, what am I thinking? All right, so we're just gonna go to the super executive team. And so tomorrow is going to be today, actually, for you guys. So today is Wednesday, July 26th. And this is an example of when you actually copy an existing document because all the information is already on it that we need. But this only happens with these sort of agendas when you're way behind on the agenda. We usually are much more organized, so we don't usually have to do this, but I always do with this particular group. So I make a copy. I make it Wednesday, July 26th, right? And these are all things you could totally help with our executive support. Just making these agendas is really important. And it's pretty simple. So then we come in here, we do the setup here, the priority topics, meeting structure, gravity video. Wait, we need to talk about the budget. We need to talk about the MARC contract. Speaking of the MARC contract, I wonder if we actually got that in the mail. Special board meeting. Hey, James, we already have planned on Black Media. White paper bill. Great, I'll try 1:30 p.m. tomorrow. I'll try 5:30. Okay, great.
I think, Jay, you're not have a problem. For me personally, I cannot hear anything from you.
Sorry, I started mumbling. I'm just really tired and just like, I was just checking to see if we had any information in the email for the MARC contract, and I don't think we got it. So, you know, I'll check in about that later. But anyways, so the budget, we have option 1 and option 2. Option 1 is 2 months, which would pay us $10,000. Option 2 is 3 months, which keeps us at the $7,000 per month. Okay. So this will be voted on tomorrow. We would go ahead and link in the actual budgets themselves. So this would be budget number 1 right here, link. And then you link budget number 2, copy and paste. Okay, see how that all works? Gravity Video, core development team, this all looks good. Legal architecture is all good. Legal architecture, Swiss Foundation, budget, accounting update, house decisions, accounting update, so budget. Yeah. Cool. So as you can see, there's a lot of stuff. There's all the tax jurisdictions. There's the animal vendors contract. The computer is pretty much done, I think. It's done. I don't know. We'll double check just to make sure. Anyways, you can see there's like there's 100 different topics here. It's like insane. And unlike us, we actually cover the topics of the meetings. Like we can go through like 5, 6, 7 topics a meeting. They might get like through 3 or 4. And it's very hard to get through things and make decisions. We're much better at it than they are, and that's why it keeps building up and building up, and there's never getting anything done. So anyway, so that's how you create this. Then usually what I do is after I create the agenda, Slack, right? And I would just do a quick outreach to Slack. And this was something that like Nelly could do, Jorge could do this. You know, anybody who's one of the liaisons. And we'll get more liaisons with the client as it evolves, if as needed, right? But you do need to basically speak really good English to be a liaison. Ooh, man, I'm so tired. I think we should start checkouts. Asif, do you want to help start the checkouts?
Yes, exactly, and I love to. Okay, that was a good session, and now for the checkup purpose, I will just, finalize the things, and first we should go to Abdul.
Yes.
You want to check out first, please?
I think this is pretty good session for me, and I learned a lot of things on budget and all. That's it. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Abdul, and Alvina. Okay. Lucy, you want to check out, please? So I think Lucy is also not there. Okay, so we'll move to Julie.
Yes, today was a great session, guys. We tackled a lot and learned new things a lot. Thank you so much, everyone, and especially to Jay.
Thank you. Thank you. And can we have you?
Yes, hi guys, thank you so much for this session. Still, I am learning new things and excited for next sessions.
Good, Benji. Yeah, Jay, it's you next. Check out.
Okay, cool. Yeah, this was pretty good. I definitely hope that our video indexing went well, because we did do a lot of trainings that could be useful in the future. But it doesn't look like anything happened with the video indexing. So we had the responsibility organizing, we had the budget training, we had this, what was it? There's also the goals again. So then we did like the new goals. Anyway, so I mean, a lot of stuff happened that didn't get indexed. And I just want to make sure it's really clear that we can't be like putting 3 hours for video indexing. We're not even doing video indexing, and it's just going to be more like task-based. But anyway, that's just like really sad for me that we would do all of that, and like it's like no one else will ever be able to see this information and get information about the client because we just didn't index it. So if someone wants to try to get those indexes updated, that would be very, very, very important. Other than that, also we don't have anyone else doing notes because Albina left. Also very sad. But I'm really tired. I think I need to go help with some things in the recycles and the groceries, chores and stuff I need to do before I go to bed. But at least I got everything, you know, more or less in order. Although I'd still have like a bajillion docs open that I need to close. But yeah, I think that we're making a lot of progress, and I'm excited, and I'm hoping that we can get on top of all these responsibilities and tasks and start getting all the responsibilities organized and start getting everything moving forward. Because, you know, I know sometimes it gets really frustrating. It's like, oh my God, we're behind and all this stuff, but it's like, we're not that behind, you know? It's like we just did it and we just focus on it and we put the energy that needs to be done on it, which primarily is recruiting and getting other people involved, because, you know, we can't just like expect the people who are currently involved to get everything done. It's just not possible. So if we just do that and it all gets done, it could happen very, very quickly in just a week or two, and we could turn everything around. And we might even, maybe we might even get an additional $3,000 starting tomorrow. So I mean, there's just so many possibilities. But either way, the money isn't the problem. The problem is the recruitment and actually getting the people on board and trained. So let's keep pushing it and make it happen. And yeah, I'm excited. It should be really good. And then once we get through this hump, then we can start focusing on the real exciting stuff, which is our own fundraising and our own investors and our own you know, more clients, and like actually getting stabilized and you know, interdependent from the client. That's what we should be focusing on the most, because there's so much we can bring to the world, like more than just this one technology that's not going to be ready for like years. You know, so like all of the entire thing this client is doing is raising a bunch of money to create technology that won't even be ready for like a year or two, and the people of the world don't have a year or two to get help. Yeah. All right, I gotta go. All right, so I'll talk to you guys soon. Asif, you want to check out?
Okay, yeah, exactly. And it was pretty much excited, and I appreciate Jay for his time. And we are going slow. But at least it's very much, you know, satisfactory that we are going towards the right direction. So, and from my side, I am very much, you know, happy that I am, you know, trained enough now to get the things done, and I really want to be helping hand of Jay right now. Okay, so that's check from my side.
Okay, I'll talk to you guys later. Good work, and we'll check in tomorrow. Bye.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody also.